Takeaway number one here, bud. We talked a little bit about it. Let's dive into it now, though.
Hmm.
The front office has failed the trenches in the secondary. We were duped into thinking that this front seven was actually good coming
Yeah,
into this season.
yeah.
We were duped into thinking that the offensive line was rebuilt and it was going to sustain a much better pocket for Tua. Not that it would matter because Tua doesn't know how to climb the pocket, but I digress. We we were duped into thinking that we had enough depth that if we lost guys, it would be okay because we signed Willie Gay Jr. and we signed KJ Britt to be backup linebackers and we drafted 3 defensive tackles and we re-signed Benito Jones and we signed Artie Burns and re-signed Cater Kohu and then we signed a bunch of other guys who are just guys, right?
Hmm.
Who are
Hmm.
just guys. And then when your just guys get hurt, you have more just guys to go in for them.
Yeah.
Like look at the list of people we lost, and it cracks me up when the announcers are like, "Well, they're down 3 starting cornerbacks, bro." Our 3 starting cornerbacks are barely nickel corners on a good team. Like
Hmm.
we lost Cater Kohu, Artie Burns, and Storm Duck.
I mean, let's be honest, right?
We didn't lose anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's be real.
Cater Kohu's the best of that bunch, and he's not even very good. Last year we wanted him cut because he was so bad. Like
Hmm.
we have been promised the sky yet again. And yet again, a lot of us fell for it because we want to hope, we want to dream, we want to see a successful Dolphins team because we haven't seen one since the 90s, essentially.
Hmm.
Uh, and we were much younger then, prepubescent even, the last time the Dolphins were good. So, takeaway number one is talking about Chris Grier, really he has really damaged this team, dude.
Yeah.
He's been with the club for 25 years. He's been the GM since 2016. It's going on 9 years now. We have nothing to show for it, yet he's still in that position.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, right? That this is where accountability needs, like, some serious, like, come to Jesus moments need to be had in the front office of the Miami Dolphins, right?
Hmm.
Because you can't look at a track. If I had that track record at work, I would not have a job.
No,
I
or
mean,
at least be on a
let's
tip,
be.
that's for sure.
You and I both are in the IT world, which it's not easy to lose your job in that world because
Yeah.
you're so heavily reliant on what we do. Um, I would not have a job. I'd be jobless if I
Yeah.
performed like he did, right? And I think an argument, if I'm trying to play devil's advocate to ourselves, an
Hmm.
argument can be made for there to be some sort of understanding that we did. And I know we talked a lot about this on last show, where we went from the third or fourth oldest team in the league to, in one off season, we're now the third youngest team in the league. So that is a lot. I mean, over 60, I think it was, I read something, it's like 58 or 62% turnover, right? A lot of
7 out of
young,
11 new starters on the
you know,
defense.
tons of new starters, tons of younger players that a lot of which are coming into the NFL for the very, very first time. So, yes, okay, fine. I understand that. Okay. I understand all of that. When you look at the talent level from our front seven, for example, we all said it, and I'll pop this up really quick, right? Blake said it too.
Hmm.
I mean, the front seven, in my opinion, before the season, they had the potential to be a top 3, top 5 front seven in the NFL from a talent level. They just
Yeah.
had to do it. None of them are doing it except for Bradley Chubb, who's every game either gets a sack
Yeah.
or a fumble, and he's producing really well. And our secondary is hot garbage. I mean, like steaming hot garbage, right? I mean, Rasul
Poor,
Douglas
poor,
had a big game last week, right? But is just, other than that, it's a comedy of errors. It's
poor
a
Minka, man. Poor
I
Minka.
tell me about it, dude. Tell me about it, right? And I read something. I think it was Joe Shad that said it. I can't remember. And I apologize for, if a big media member is watching us, and I can't remember who said it. It was somebody, one of the big ones, who said the team hasn't, from Minka's standpoint, the team hasn't changed since he left, and he came back to the exact same shit show that he left.
Yeah.
And
Just a
it's just one of
completely
those.
different staff except for Grier.
It's just one of those things, man, where and Blake, or not Blake, I think Cap said it somewhere,
Yeah.
up and down, on all of
Cap,
these.
we're just not throwing all your stuff up because you're saying a lot, bro. But we see you. We're reading
Yeah,
you.
we definitely see you. We see you, buddy. But I mean, I got to be honest with you. Like, how do you sit there and look at this team and say this is good enough for NFL Sundays from a secondary standpoint? From a secondary standpoint from Chris Grier. You can't. And the fact that we did is frankly horseshit, right?
Well, that's the problem, right? Because as fans, we are looking for the silver lining. We are looking for the positive out. We're looking, we saw. Did I really think that Melifonwu and Ashton Davis were gonna solidify our safety room? No, but I told myself, well, maybe the real scouts have seen something that I haven't. And Lions fans were pretty upset about losing Melifonwu, so I thought, okay, maybe we have this diamond in the rough guy who can play, and he didn't fit there anymore because they have so much depth. I mean, lo and behold, second game of the season, Melifonwu was already hurt. And then this game he was there, but he didn't even really play. And then I know Cap is going off a lot in the thing about, not Cap, we can't do anything, man. Like we're fans. Like the most we can do is stop watching or stop buying merchandise.
Which I won't.
But then we just hurt ourselves, really, because we're not watching the team we love. But I don't blame us. That's victim shaming, right? Like, I don't blame us for wanting to believe in the product that was put on the field. I don't blame us for trying to find the positives in what we knew were shit signings, but we just had to find. Otherwise, why watch? Why even tune in? Why start this podcast, which we just started this year? Like, why do any of that if you're not trying to find a positive reason to watch your team? So, we were sold a lot of crap. And yes, we believed it for at least a minuscule amount of time. But the reality is this team is crap with a crap roster and a crap coach and a crap GM. And if nobody gets fired, I'm going to say crap owner too, which many Dolphins fans are on that boat. We're just sitting in a sea of crap. And if the reactions from our fans here, Blake and Jorge and especially Cap, are any indication of how the rest of the fan base feels, they're on the same page as us.
It's not a good look, buddy. It's definitely not a good look. Now, I will say this, right? In an effort to try to find and to justify or to back up what you just said, I guess. There are some foundational pieces on this team, right? Let's say we blow it up tomorrow, which we should. Let's say we blow it up tomorrow and we have the ability, cap space be damned. We're just going to cut a bunch of shitload of people. We're going to fire everyone and we'll figure it out. There are foundational pieces on this team, which is a breath of fresh air amidst the cow shit, if you will, right? Because Achane, I think, is our single best player on this team. Waddle proved to me, at least, and I know I feel I'm a little more high on Waddle than you are. Waddle showed me in this game, in his first game without Tyreek Hill, that he has the ability to be a number one. He needs to work on things
on the field.
Right. Exactly. I mean, there's some things that, but there's a couple like Chubb, I think, is having a hell of a year.
The only guy I even like on defense anymore is Minka. That's bad.
Yeah. I mean, I think Sealer still, I'm not gonna cut him, right? Because I think 5 good seasons and 1 off season with a bunch of rookies around him and shit going sideways, and the defense is always on the field because offense.
We're gonna get the players in on the blame too here in a bit.
But sorry. So
But last thing I want to say on the front office, right, is we questioned ourselves again on whether or not certain draft picks, certain signings, certain things were good or bad, because what do we know? We're not in the league, right? When Calais Campbell left, we were all clamoring, pay him whatever he wants.
Yeah.
We gave him whatever we felt we wanted to give him.
Which was a fair offer. It was a fair offer, all things considered.
Who cares? Give him an extra $3 million. Yeah. Sealer had his best year alongside him.
Yep.
Sometimes the extra $2 to $3 million is worth having the 2 guys perform well.
100%.
And then in the draft, Tyler Warren sure as shit looks like he's playing pretty well.
Jahdae Barron.
Jahdae Barron looks like he's playing pretty well. The corner out of Michigan looks like he's playing pretty well.
Malachi Starks, the safety, is playing.
Malachi Starks out. Nick Emenwari, another guy that we mocked a lot to us.
Yep.
Now, it's nothing against Kenneth Grant. We even mocked Grant to us a few times because we liked the kid.
Yeah, I'm still excited about him. Right, I'm not going to shit on a player.
He was not the 13th best player in this draft.
Well,
it's not. I mean, it's already evident that he wasn't even close to the 13th best
I will
player
say
in the
this: I saw, and I don't believe in PFF grades all that much, right? I
Yeah.
think their math kind of is questionable in a lot of aspects. But Savaya Naya and Grant are dead last in their respective positions. No, not just out of rookies.
No, and
dead,
I saw.
dead last.
And Savanaya had the worst ever score ever given to anybody.
0.0
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
had last game.
Yeah, crazy.